It's the Weekly Yak.
That's whatever you were talking about for you.
He knows we're talking about him.
Yeah, his ears are burning. Is that when somebody's talking about you?
Yeah.
What is it when your palm itches? You're going to get money?
Yeah, it depends on which hand it is.
Or you masturbate too much?
Well, it could
No,
be
that's
both.
where hair on your palms.
Yes.
That's when you grow hair on your
There
palms.
you go.
Yeah. Mine are completely hairy. There's more hair here than anywhere else.
Hey.
With Mac, Mel, and Randy.
Well, let's start the insanity.
Well, how you doing there? We're down from our 4th of July high. I just say that because nobody was really that pumped about the 4th. But we're back with more fun stories from the summer. Here's Mel.
Hey, I'm going to talk about that performance life that's starting to suck my soul away. And Randy.
Hey, everyone. I'm going to talk to you about some big news and a lot of traveling.
You fucking tease.
And sitting across from me, the man we all know and love, he's our host, Mac.
I'm finally going to Las Vegas.
Woo.
Oh, cool.
I know. I'm excited. I know it's cliche. Everyone's been already. I think everyone in the world has been but me. I don't know if that's true or not. There's a lot of people in the world. There's like 6 billion people in the world. So, but I don't know. Have you guys been to Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
it actually hasn't been that long since I went, and it was my first time ever to go.
Okay.
So
I don't feel so bad.
I
Yeah,
went
no.
right after I graduated college.
Of course you did.
That was my graduation present.
To yourself?
No, from my mommy. And
Did you go to a drag show?
Awful.
It was awful?
No, I didn't
Yeah,
go to a drag
my
show. It was a
trip wasn't great
shitty.
either.
It was a shitty trip.
Well, unless movies have lied to me, I feel like I'm going to get drunk and marry a stripper.
yes.
I'm going to lose somebody important to me that I have to find. I
At
have to-
least twice.
I have to go on a trip, and I'm going to lose all my money.
That is 100%.
That last one will definitely happen
Yes.
intentionally or unintentionally.
Right. Well, I'm not a big gambler, though. I don't know. Maybe unless
You
when
say
I get
that
there,
now.
then it sucks me in.
Yeah, but even if you're not a big gambler and you don't do any gambling, everything is so expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with family because my cousin and his wife and kids live in Las Vegas because it's the perfect place to raise a family.
Yeah.
So we're driving, and I'm going with people. Somebody's driving me, plus we're staying with them. So there's a lot of money saved.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But then I can spend money on but I know there's other things
Hookers.
too. There's like hookers, yeah, because it's legal. And not that the legality of it's ever stopped me before, but
Wow.
Whoa.
I've had sex with strippers.
Oh,
I mean with
he's,
prostitutes.
Whoa. So last week we learned he's a marathon man.
right.
It's because he wants
Yeah.
his
That's my
money's worth.
I like to stretch my prostitute dollar when I do
Let's
it. I'm
not
just
talk
saying.
about what you like to stretch.
Are you sure you're not the Jewish one?
Whose phone's ringing?
Not mine.
The Jew.
Mine is, but it's going to voicemail because I don't know the number.
I don't know her.
I don't know her.
Her.
Just when it's somebody that I...
Oh, okay.
Or Jesus. I just say, I don't know her.
Oh, God. I'm going to step away from that.
Mazel.
So then I can save my money because isn't there shows to do? There's entertainment rather than just gambling and, promiscuity or whatever. I wonder if I'll see a lot of people there looking for that.
You will get a lot of handouts because they're not just like on the streets. There will be people that hand you flyers for call girls.
Oh, right.
And
But call girl, that's a classy hooker, right? They don't have as many diseases. I'm not looking for disease free. I'm looking for not as many diseases. That's all.
You should
your
always be
standards are
safe.
so high.
They are. What, Randy?
You should just always be safe in general, and then you'll be okay.
Just in every aspect of life.
Just wear a helmet no matter where you go.
Sometimes two helmets. They get
If you're
double
me,
baggage.
if you're me, definitely take some knee pads. Sorry.
See, now that's if I would have said that would have been an easy gay joke to make.
Yeah,
but it's okay. No. I'm not saying that I can't make any gay jokes, but why are mine always lazy? I don't think they're lazy. I think they're good.
I mean, I would have laughed at that had you said it.
Okay, but would you have called it a lazy, easy joke?
No.
Okay.
See, here's the deal. You like immediately, the teacher in you is so ingrained that you immediately want us to grade your jokes the minute you say them.
Right.
And sometimes they're good, and sometimes that makes them seem worse than they are.
Yeah, you fucking millennial always want immediate responses.
It's not American Idol, bro.
Well, no. I mean, last time he said that. Why do you have to always make the easiest gay joke? He said that, so I was like, well,
because that one was really easy. I don't remember which one it is.
Like
now.
your
I don't
mom.
even remember what it
See,
was.
that's an easy your mom joke. That's
Yeah.
easy. Your mom's easy. That's how it works.
But I guess knee pads because that's not direct.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. It's not. It's you have to interpret it.
Get your comedy pointers from the weekly.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so we're doing that next week. It's a road trip with family, so we'll see if I make it back.
Good
We'll
luck.
see if they make it back. Actually,
How do you do on a road trip typically?
road trips aren't bad. I mean, I like I like riding to like planes are good because it's quicker. Obviously, planes are quicker than cars.
Really?
But I enjoy seeing America and stopping. It's funny when you stop at a gas station, you automatically act like you've never been in a gas station. Like if it's another state, people run in, they're like, "Oh my god, they've got beef jerky, they've got gummy bears," and like they don't have those everywhere else.
Literally every convenience store in the world.
Right, but people get so excited. Maybe it's just from the excitement of getting out of the car. But the last time I was on a road trip was to Kansas, the most exciting place, the second most exciting place in America for a wedding. But
Okay, just a lot of corn.
Kansas is not my favorite state to drive through, and I've done it a couple times. And talking about weird convenience stores, when you were saying that, my thought was a lot of times, a lot of Kansas, if you're on the interstate, there's not like things on the side of the road. And so they have like the convenience stores are in what would be the median here in the middle of the road.
yeah.
And so like if you're going you have to exit basically left to go to the center on both sides, depending which direction you're going to go to the convenience store or McDonald's or whatever. It's real weird to me that.
Yeah, that's odd.
that's in Oklahoma's pretty boring. But I think doesn't Oklahoma have the world's largest McDonald's or something?
Yeah, and it goes over the interstate, which is kind of cool.
It goes over the interstate.
Yeah, so you can eat up there and just watch the cars go by.
Because what else are you going to do in Oklahoma?
I mean, that's pretty cool, but yeah. Otherwise, Oklahoma is super desolate.
You can just read all the road signs for Native American tribes that they
This is true.
kicked out.
That's the
or
thing.
they made them stay there.
Shout out to my friend Spencer.
Oh, because he lives in Oklahoma. I was like, is he
Yeah.
a Native American?
Oh yeah, I thought that was the connected
No,
thing.
he's at Oklahoma.
Does he
Oklahoma?
listen to this?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
gay?
he does.
Fuck
yeah.
you, bitch.
Oh okay.
Fuck you, Spencer.
There's a little beef there. There's a little beef. That's fine.
Because he's
It's
also
fine.
gay.
Because I won't get into
It's
it.
a
Oh, okay.
long story.
I'm just saying I'm the better gay.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Okay.
And that's all I'll say about that.
Anyways,
You heard me.
yes.
What makes you a good gay?
Spencer, what's good?
Just tell me one thing that makes you, Randy,
Have you seen this face?
a good.
Oh shit.
The shallow stuff. Okay. The shallower, the better. Randy wins. If that's the criteria, then okay, you are. I don't even need to meet him. You're the better gay.
There you go. There you go. It's mostly just because I get to spend more time with Melissa than he does.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And
They're territorial.
and he's a little bitter, and he calls me his understudy
oh,
because he was the
When
OG.
he-
he was Mel's OG gay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay.
He can fight me.
All right. Well.
And,
It's
I,
like
and I
a-
can take him because he's old, and I'll just hit him at the knees.
Oh, jeez.
You heard me? Come at me.
It's like I said, I've not had this many dudes fight over me since I was much younger, and they're both gay, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. But
Have you ever
Whatever.
had this many gay guys fight over you before?
Oh, no.
No men.
no, I've had straight men
fight
fight
over
over
you.
me. But
This is a first.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
All right.
I love them both equally.
Well, I'll keep it. I'll when I get back from Vegas, I'll let you guys know what happened. I'm not very fun or exciting, so I'll probably end up saying, "Yeah, I had the shrimp cocktail and I went right to bed at 9 o'clock." So
I drank me some Budweisers at the casino.
I went nuts. Yeah, not even Bud Light, Budweiser.
Straight Bud.
Yeah, I got to go crazy.
Yeah. Oof.
Anyway,
Right.
but I'll have stories. Hopefully,
cool.
Mainly observations. Probably just talking about other people.
Yeah, people watching is amazing in Vegas.
Yeah. A lot of cool street performers and just random shit that happens on the strip.
Yeah, apparently yesterday Celine Dion was riding one of those bird scooters throughout Vegas in full couture
Of course she did.
because she's Celine Dion.
When I was in Vegas, it was when Pokemon Go was first released.
Yeah.
And so, like, Pokemon Go released, and I was just walking around a casino, just like bumping into, oh, sorry, there's a Zubat, get out of my way. And then
wait, the game.
Yeah.
The game on your phone.
game,
Where people were getting killed doing
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the movie. When you said released, I was thinking of a movie.
Yeah, well, no, it was when it was released for your phone.
Yes.
And that's,
Didn't the kid find a dead body?
Sure.
I mean, but he was being active, so he was getting his steps in.
Yeah. Until you get hit by a car or whatever.
I mean,
that's creepy though. I wish that's almost like something, they made that movie about Slender Man, based on a creepypasta thing. I think that there could be a scary movie if somebody was playing Pokemon Go
and they find
some
body.
crazy shit. Well, a dead body, but like maybe something more sinister.
Don't steal our ideas.
Oh, you already
man.
came up with that?
No, I'm just telling the world to not steal our ideas.
We workshop things here, so people are just
what do you casually come across that's more sinister than a dead body besides like some sort of like sex trafficking ring?
Well, no, I don't. God, don't not real life stuff. I'm talking about like maybe a demon's. A witch's castle, or I don't know, something like that. I don't want to hear.
It's called a cottage, and they're baking cookies.
Yeah, right. Well, because here there's that witch's castle in Cameron Park here, or that foundation or whatever. Yeah. But it'd be cool if it was, it wasn't there at one time, and then they turn around and then it's there. Anyway. Yeah,
sinister. Just your face when you said something sinister. It's going to be ingrained in my brain.
It's like the Manson murders or something on your phone. You're like, what?
Yeah. Anyway, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah. I'm going to write that screenplay.
There you go.
Make it so.
Look at all the other shit they put out. I like scary movies, but it's got to be a good, it's got to be like, do you guys consider gore scary?
No.
Is that scary?
I don't like gore.
Like Saw.
I don't like it.
But that's not a scary movie.
No,
that's just a whole different.
I like suspenseful and
psychological stuff.
I like some psychological, but like I don't mind like something like the old like going back to Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th.
Scream.
Yeah, even that. But I just don't like I feel like we went on about a 10 to 15 year kick where it's just like now scary equates gore.
Yeah.
And the stories weren't good.
It's just how can we gross you the hell out?
How can we gross you out? And it's like,
I saw Hostel not knowing what it was going to be. Like, not at the theater, but like somebody said, here, watch this. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, holy God. Like, this is... Because at first, it's a completely different movie in the beginning. It's all these, you guys have seen it. And then after that, it's like...
What's your favorite horror movie?
But again, I mean, it's suspenseful horror.
Sure.
It's something that scares me.
In that general realm.
Probably. Oh, you would ask me.
Do you need to think about it?
No, I mean, Halloween and screams and stuff like that, like where it's you. I mean, gore is just gross to me. Like it freaks me out, but it doesn't scare me.
If it's like realistic gore, like, I mean, and not like, like someone's really like torture, not jam. That's not
like
jam.
Human Centipede.
No thanks. That's just no.
Well, okay, I'll give you my favorite one, and this is going to sound cliche now because there's been a lot of them, and I don't know, maybe you guys, but like I like the realistic thing, and I know this wasn't real, but the Paranormal Activity, the first one.
Oh yeah.
Before any of the other ones came out, the only one really like that was Blair Witch when it was like found footage or whatever. And Paranormal Activity, if you watch it, just because I like Ghost Hunters and all those shows, and
I do too.
If you can suspend and you're like, holy shit, this is, you kind of get lost in it and you think it's real. I mean, like, and it's so minimalistic. The shadow or the bed the sheets blowing up and her just standing there for 4 hours. And yeah, that scared the crap out of me.
Wow. What about you, Mel?
I really love Stephen King a lot.
Okay.
So I really, Carrie's probably one of my favorites. Of course, anybody that knows me and my husband know we are pretty obsessed with The Shining.
Oh, yeah.
We dressed like the twins for Comic-Con and Halloween one year. So,
Love that
and
picture.
I have a little collection of Shining twins.
I think that needs to go on the
memorabilia.
Facebook page.
I'll be happy to share
for
it.
everybody to see.
But I also
Misery's a good Stephen King.
Yes, it is.
movie.
I really love Halloween, though. I love Michael Myers. I love that whole story. But on the flip side of it, I do like Nightmare on Elm Street. And when I first moved to Waco to work at the place that shall not be named, I got to meet Robert Englund and, I see her face and I can't think of her name, that played Nancy in the Nightmare on Elm Street series. And I got to meet them and get to know them because we were going to bring them to Waco. It never happened. But they were so nice. And so that made me, I always liked Freddy Krueger, but that made me really like those movies more because I got to really know them and talk to them. And
Nice.
Wasn't New Nightmare pretty cool where it was like the character was separate from the actor? Don't we have an Elm Street here in Waco?
yeah.
There is an Elm Street. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in quote unquote East Waco.
And it's a nightmare for other reasons.
Yeah.
It's not the good. Did you see the remake or reboot of Halloween?
The newest one?
Yeah.
No. So here's the thing. My husband is like, he was not allowed to watch scary movies when he was growing up. So he's a big chicken. So he's just getting to the point now as a grown ass man where he's like, I can watch these movies and I'm good with them. And so I used to watch them all the time. I mean, my friends would come over every weekend and we watched like all the scary movies, no big deal. Well, I consider it like exercise and I'm out of shape with horror movies. And like to the point that we were watching one of the Harry Potters in a movie theater and a owl flew and I like jumped and screamed because I was like that, like out of quote unquote shape with like suspenseful, scary stuff. So I'm trying to get back in shape and working on it. But
Do you like scary movies?
I do. I usually can only watch them during the day. I do. So my top two, one also Stephen King, is Storm of the Century. Love that one. And Jeepers Creepers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the OG Jeepers Creepers is my shit.
Yeah. Was anybody into
This
those?
was one of the like 5 movies that my grandparents had when I lived
But
with
it was
them.
kind of an original kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like a slasher, like, because for a while, like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, like those were all teenage,
Yeah.
whatever. They're all kind of the same movie, really. I
And
Know
the
What You Did
Creeper
Last
was
Summer
like super original.
yeah.
And there hasn't really been, I mean, except for the sequels. The second one was okay. The third one that got released on Netflix like a year ago is so bad.
Well,
awful.
It just got like that many years after. They're usually not that
So
good.
bad.
So
shout out to Justin Long.
Yeah.
was he in Jeepers
He
Creepers?
was,
3?
yeah, that's really kind of what launched his career and made him even more famous.
Yeah.
I listen to his podcast, which is also very delightful.
He was on Bill Burr's podcast because he plays a character on Bill Burr's F is for Family show on
cool.
Netflix. He plays his son,
But
and he was on his podcast. So.
I just watched Scream for the first time this week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow, did you like it?
Oh, I loved it.
I mean, it's very 90s, but
But it was still like
that was an original idea
at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think even what they did with the second one,
yeah.
it was
The whole thing,
the whole
all
trilogy.
3 of them, or,
yeah.
or 4 or whatever.
I haven't seen any of the sequels, or I say that. I've seen the very beginning of the second one.
Yeah, they were just very well made sequels. Because other ones, Jaws or even the Halloweens kept going and going and going. And Friday the 13th. What about Friday the 13th?
I like it. Yeah.
The original one is like, people, it's a callback to last week. It's that Mandela effect because, it's not Jason in the first one.
No, it's his mom.
It's the mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody.
And I love the idea, though. Like, I will say this is Friday the 13th got a whole generation of people to be scared of camp.
Yeah.
You
That's
did not
true.
want to go to a lake.
Right.
And you did not want to go to camp because you're
Yeah.
going to get murdered.
That's always scary movies have a like. I think that's how you have to come up with a new scary movie is find something that's not scary and make it scary. Because I'm sure clowns weren't always scary. Do you think they always were?
I don't know. I've been scared of clowns for a long time.
No.
It
I
was
just mean
pre-it though.
in history, like people like camp in human history was not always scary until they fucked everyone up.
I think they're and dolls, man.
Yeah,
Dolls.
Chucky.
It's probably something to do with
Chucky's coming out.
the uncanny valley. Like it's just it's kind of human, but not quite. That like throws especially kids.
Yeah,
will freak them out some.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is taking something that's seemingly innocent and making it scary, like children.
Yeah.
And dolls.
If I see a child in a dark hallway, I will kick you in the face. I don't care.
Kids are always scary.
I don't care.
Matter what.
I'm not taking any chances.
That's the scariest thing that a woman can tell you that she is with child. No.
What's up with
Get out
you?
of the house.
What's up with you, Mel?
Yeah.
I have really I was thinking today, like, what have I done since we last talked? And basically it's all been performance based. I've had rehearsals for a murder mystery I'm in. I've been preparing for the show I'm directing and had auditions last night and then had improv last weekend. So basically it's been being on stage a lot, which, poor you. But it takes a lot out of you, especially if you're dealing with social anxiety like I've been doing lately. So there definitely has that whole light switch of like, now I'm on and here I am. And then afterwards it's like, oh dear God, no. But that, I mean, it is a really unboring or unexciting week for me. I've just been dealing with all of that, just being different people, acting and all of that. And then I'm planning a few parties. There's one coming up we're not excited about. And then my gal pals are coming up the first weekend in August, which watch out. Central Texas. Notice I don't just say Waco because we're going to take Texas by storm and hopefully not get arrested. So, but I'm excited to see my ladies.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is Al going to be there?
Yeah. It's going to be Al, Mel, and Libby.
I love Libby.
The Lib Al Mel. That's what we call ourselves, the
Lib Al
three of
Mel.
us. Lib Al Mel. And it's
Sounds like you had a stroke.
Yeah.
Wow. Well.
I'm sorry, our awesomeness is too much for your mouth.
I don't think you're ready.
I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
That's all right. If it's stroke inducing, I'm fine. That's how great, that's how awesome it's going to be.
Yeah. So anyway, that's really how freaking boring my week has been, Randy.
Well, speaking of parties we're not excited about.
So one of the parties that is being planned is my going away party.
Womp, womp, womp.
Womp, womp, womp,
Yeah.
womp. Because I have accepted a job. I'm not going to say where, but I've accepted a job. I'm not going to say doing what.
What? You can say what you're
Okay,
doing.
guys,
Can't you say?
he's going to be a male stripper
Yes.
Yeah.
in Las Vegas.
I'm a new Chippendales dancer.
And that's why Mac is going to
going.
Vegas
Yep.
because he's his agent.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
You're
going to cheer
hearing
him
it here
on and be
first.
his. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
But I'm going to be doing the band thing again.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing it not in Waco.
Mm-hmm.
And that's causing me to leave.
Yep.
I'm leaving a week from tomorrow. Or the
Today
day
is
after
July
tomorrow.
10th. So
I'm
you're
leaving on the 19th.
Wow, 9 days.
Yeah. And it's going to be the start of something super exciting. I'm hoping. And
Well, good. I'm glad you're getting
It's a
back
fresh
into the
start.
profession. So that's
And-
cool.
Yeah, and I'm super excited. I've decided to, take this next step on my own. I'm not doing it with any sort of relationship. I'm not going to go into too much detail with that other than
All right.
but I'm excited to take this next step, and I'm going to miss all my Waco people, especially the two of y'all, because I love you so much. And all my
Bingo and I will miss you too.
yeah, I know.
It's okay.
Hey, Mac.
It's okay. I'm not going to miss you.
But I mean, I was going to talk about that, and that I just saw Scream for the first time. That was literally one of the things I was
That's
going to talk
crazy
about.
that I
And
didn't
it
even
just-
know that.
It just kind of naturally
That's
went in
how
that direction.
we're simpatico.
Do. But yeah, so
That's a scary movie.
Psycho.
Me, no. Me knowing what you were thinking before. That's really scary.
What am I thinking right now?
You like, I don't know, man.
You know what the
You know what I'm
scariest
thinking.
part?
That's why I don't want to say it.
You know what the scariest part of Scream is? I think it's Scream 2, and it's Courtney Cox's really bad bangs.
Is she in the second one too?
Yeah, I think she's in all three, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know
She
that.
doesn't,
Yeah,
spoiler, she doesn't die.
yeah, she's in all
Okay.
three.
She's in all of them.
But she gets her hair, like her bangs cut like too short.
I've seen
And
those
it's-
pictures.
It's the scariest thing.
Those bangs.
It's so scary.
And the
The
thing is,
scariest part of the first one is that she married David Arquette.
Yeah.
I thought he was like, I can't, you can't say the R word. I thought he was like slow. Like real, like he,
Really?
I mean, I know he plays like a doofus in that, but in real life, like I was like, is he like,
did they get married in real life?
Yeah.
they just got divorced.
I didn't.
Couple
I never knew that.
They've
I think
got
he
a
was really
kid.
super cute.
Yeah.
Coco? Apple.
Coco.
No.
Apple
Apple's-
is
that
Gwyneth
is
Gwyneth
Paltrow.
Paltrow, yeah.
And Chris from Coldplay,
Martin.
Chris Martin.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There you
I can't believe, I'm glad you liked Scream.
I mean, I wish-
regardless of a friend being in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish that I didn't know anything about it. I wish I had like missed all the like, just because it was such a like cultural phenomenon. And I've seen like Scary Movie, which parodies it
Yeah.
so well, and I've seen a lot of different skits and I've watched like videos about like like super like great twists in movies, and it's like one of the classic twists
Yeah.
is from Scream.
So you
But-
would have been, you enjoyed it in spite of those things.
Yes.
But you were just imagine how much better it would have been had you gone to the theater and never
Exactly.
heard
Yeah.
anything about it.
I
Yeah.
wish, but I was. What year did it come out? 96.
I think so. 6,
I
7?
feel like it was a little late. Well, maybe not. I don't know. 90s.
I'll look it up.
I was born in late
It's
92.
it was the mid-90s.
So I could not have
It's the
watched it.
mid-90s.
In the mid to late 90s. That's what it
It seems so far ago. It was a good Christmas movie. December 20th, 96.
Okay, so I had just turned 4.
And you didn't go see this rated R slasher movie?
And I saw a lot
For
of other
Christmas?
questionable things in my youth, but
Yeah.
that was not one of them.
yeah.
When do we want to release this slasher movie? How about 5 days before Christmas?
Christmas!
Yes.
You know, it says
You're promoted.
You know what I like most about Christmas? Murder.
Yeah. It is a central theme
Well,
to.
I mean, when your family drives you crazy.
Well, I mean, people are ready to go to the movies on Christmas Day
Yeah.
and Thanksgiving. Do you guys ever?
Oh, yeah.
Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day was always like movies.
I'm going to do it.
We never get to go to movies on those holidays because how our family is. They don't allow that.
Oh,
But if it's
Movies?
something, not
They
like,
don't want to like split
the
up.
cinema.
No, we're not. No one's going to separate. We're all spending our
Oh.
time together.
I thought they were
and-
Jehovah's Witness. I thought like you weren't celebrating Christmas or whatever.
No, man. I mean, we do celebrate Hanukkah and Christmas, but that's just basically me and Bo.
Yeah. These are the Jewish
Well, I don't-
Gentiles I know.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know if your family was,
No.
you're way different than them. So I thought maybe they were.
No. I'm from Rednecksville. We didn't know what those things were.
There was no Jehovah's Witness in the South, right? Where did they come from?
yeah,
Utah?
they were.
Yeah.
No, those are Mormons.
Mormons. Yeah.
Yeah, they're Jehovah's Witnesses and Seventh-day
Well,
Adventists.
I was thinking of Mormons.
Yeah.
thought wrong.
Two different.
But that's everything that's going on with me.
Yeah.
I'm leaving, and
a jet plane.
maybe I'll send some stuff to be played on the podcast so that you don't forget about me completely.
Just we've got some bits email. Well, not bits. We won't use that word. That's her word.
That's my word.
That is that's like I was.
We don't have bits, we have chunks.
Yeah. Randy's chunks of Randy. It's my favorite kind of soup.
It's a new kind of slasher.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
It's better than splashes.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Oh Lord,
A gush of Randy.
a gush. I like that. I like that. A gush, gushing.
I'm
Well, if you don't have a lot, it's a spritz. Depends on how much a gush of Randy or sprinkling.
Spritz.
A spritz.
It's a spritz.
Oh man.
All right. Let's take a break.
Weekly Yak.
All right. What's coming up?
I'm going to talk about the some pop divas and American badasses.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about kind of the same thing we did last week. We're going to play another game.
Oh, yay, games.
Games.
And did you guys see what I wrote on the board?
Yeah, I'm very
Stripper
intrigued.
golf?
It's just a conversation. It's not, don't get excited. There's no strippers here.
Tell me what to get excited about.
All right, get excited.
Woo,
And come back after this.
You're listening to the Weekly Yak.
Oh, good for you. And how was it?
The Weekly Yak with Mac.
So loud, Randy. Jeez.
Am I? That's just me, bro.
I mean, I never have to worry about you picking you up on the side of the road. No, on the level.
Mel.
I'm gonna get up there and like shit my pants. I wouldn't shit my pants,
Your
but
Depends.
fuck you. I'm not wearing Depends.
And Randy.
Gosh,
Yeah.
Mac, check your fucking privilege.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's the Weekly Yak.
Don't worry, I'll be sure to check it.
Check it.
No, the thing I wanted to talk about stripper golf is it's a story. It's a Trump story, but what I want to talk about is not the Trump aspect of it. Because when I tell you, you'll understand. Like, oh, of course, he's involved in this. I mean, maybe you guys have heard about it already. I don't know, but in Doral, Florida, the Trump organization, his golf resort, will host a charity golf tournament this week, put on by a strip club that will include dancers serving as caddy girls for the tournament participants.
Okay.
So let's see. The Trump organization told the Washington Post in a statement that the event is for a worthwhile cause, and an unnamed spokeswoman for the organization told the paper that the company had not approved the tournament's advertisements before they were published. So I don't know, they're saying that, oh, I'm sorry, the Trump name is on this thing where there's strippers going to be involved. Trump still owns a Doral resort, but of course his two sons, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, oversee the day-to-day stuff. They said there would be no nudity, but the dancers would wear pink mini skirts and what he called a sexy white polo. Okay, so I mean, of course that's what Donald Trump would do. But so this is what separates me from my liberal compatriots, is because it annoys me when people are too PC. Okay. So I feel, so there's two aspects of this that I think, people that are always, social justice warriors that don't need to be that way for every single thing are going to look at. So is it more offensive is it misogynistic because the girls are there, is that the thing to be outraged at? Or is it that people are upset that there'll be strippers and that's shaming sex workers because they're people too? Do you know what I'm saying? Like that could be.
I think it's probably more the first.
Yeah. But if people are people on the news, I heard people, on various sort of news things saying, oh, geez, that's so in bad taste, blah, blah, blah. I can see people saying, well, sex workers are, why is that bad that there's strippers there? You're right. It's probably the misogynistic point of view.
So,
but the fact that there's two angles is what I'm trying to.
When it comes down to it, to me, if they are consenting adults and they are okay doing this, and they're not pressured into wearing any certain thing, or doing anything that makes them uncomfortable, then just let them live their lives and do what they do. Let them be strippers. Let them dress sexy. Let them be sex workers if they want, as long as they are protected and not being trafficked or forced into this life that they don't want. Then let people do what they want.
Always human trafficking. It always comes back to human
just
trafficking.
because if we're talking about sex work, that is a thing sometimes.
Well, are strippers sex workers or no? Are they classified?
Sometimes.
I know they don't have sex, but
it's one of those things. Not all rectangles are squares, but all squares are rectangles.
Right.
Yes.
Is it okay? The other thing is, I don't understand. Now, if people go out of their way to degrade or insult a certain group of people, But it always annoys me when people get mad. Like, if people don't want to attend this because there's going to be strippers, like I can see people getting upset. Do you know what I'm saying?
Then
like,
just don't
it's
attend.
Okay. Well, no, I know. Like, it's okay to not be comfortable with everything.
Yeah.
Like, but you don't go and like trash them or like be, like maybe people aren't all, people aren't all comfortable with gays, but you just, don't say, go to hell and Jesus hates you or whatever they say, whatever people say.
Just don't be an asshole.
Just like when Bruce Jenner turned into Caitlyn. Like that took a minute to get used to. Like people would say like, oh, well, you should just immediately be okay with it. And you're like, whoa, it just kind of happened. Like we didn't get to ease into, he was, I know it looked like he was transitioning all the time anyway, because he looked more and more like a woman. But if you were surprised by it, I don't think that's the same as being a hate-filled bigot about it either.
I had no knowledge of the Kardashian Jenners at all before any of that, really. So
did you know who Bruce Jenner was?
I mean, I knew that like Bruce Jenner was a person that existed, but I really didn't know anything other than like I literally don't think that I knew that Bruce Jenner was a like Olympian before the publicity about the transition. Yeah. Like I just didn't know. And so because of that, it was easy for me, but also Caitlyn Jenner is trash. Like so like I just don't give a fuck.
They're all trash.
Like don't misgender her. Don't like make fun of her for her transness. But like
make fun of her for their trash.
No, she's a Republican. Yeah, fucking asshole. Fucker. She's trash.
That's crazy how that happens. How is she a Republican? Like with and like how they want to like. I'm sorry. I know you're ready to get to lady bits, but
no, you're good.
I don't understand. Like they just went back to that trans people can't serve in the military. That's there's not going to be any of that.
And like you campaigned on behalf of Trump, and then he did this to your entire community. Like that's to me, that's the ultimate like Uncle Tomism.
Yeah,
and like play that fucking minstrelsy out and see where it gets you. If you're like a minority that roots for these people that then turn around back on you. But I'm getting off topic. I'm just saying, fuck Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay. Yeah. That's the thing I always mention to people that say like, well, why don't you like, like family? Why don't you like Trump? Like, what's the big deal? And I say, well, why do you like him? Like, what has he done? I hate getting into politics on this, like, because it's supposed to be a break from that.
Fuck him too.
But what has he actually done, to you? Not Randy, but like, I'm like, how has he made your life better? Do you know what I mean? Like nothing. I mean, like, and not any more than any other president. At this level where we are, do we really see anything?
It's like you like him because he validates your racism.
Yeah.
And that's about it. And you'll excuse almost anything else that he does because he validates your misogyny and racism.
They'll talk about the economy being good, which is really just the economy just kind of does its own thing. It's not like
the president doesn't have a huge effect on the economy.
Yeah, he just happens to be president while it's doing very well. But I say, because they never want me to, they're like, why don't you like him? And not reasons why you don't like him as a person. I'm like, well, I cannot like him. He's the president. Anything about him is fair game. So like I mentioned the not allowing trans to serve, like he wants to ban that, a Muslim ban just for all Muslim. Like that's not a good
that was a
diplomatic
thing. That's a thing.
So I was like, well, they're like, and then I was say, but you've got to like his like what he's done for the country. I'm like, what has he really done for the country? Like what positive? Okay, can I say one thing? Let me end on a positive, and then Mel can go. I do like that he's helping people with kidney issues, like that was just something that happened like
literally like today or yesterday.
Yeah.
Way to do something finally about 3 fucking years of being president.
This is complete news to me. You said kidney and I was like, what?
Like to make dialysis and make kidney health like more of a, which is, I mean, that's good for those people, but that's such a small fraction of the population. It's not the anyway. Okay. But I wanted to end on a positive.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm a fan. I'm just saying, well, there's
I'm mostly just confused because this is the first time I've heard.
Well, no, like it was yesterday or today was it officially. So
gotcha.
Anyway, so
there you go.
All right, enough of that.
Bell's Lady Bits.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about the
sex baby.
Yes. Let's talk about the real American heroes. And I'm not talking about G.I. Joe. I'm talking about the U.S. World Cup women's
they won.
team.
Hey.
There are lots of great things that are happening. because of this, of course, they're still fighting the damn wage gap. And I read something that it was like, if the men, there's a whole infographic out somewhere, and one of the things on it was, if the men's national team won the World Cup, which they're going to qualify for it first. Hey-yo.
No, the men's soccer does. USA men's soccer does suck.
Yeah. Anyway, they would get to, as a team of 20 members, split $90,000, $90-something thousand. The women who won, 20 people, get to split $15,000. I mean,
I'm no math whiz here, but I think that's less than $1,000.
Less than $1,000 a person.
Yeah.
Probably barely covers
Anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the sponsorships help. But let's talk about the good stuff. First off, Jessica McDonald, who was forward for the team, she was the only woman on the team that is a mother. Had her son with her, brought him to France, and he celebrated on the pitch with her after they won. And there's like a really precious photo of him dumping confetti on his mom after they won, and it's just really sweet. Then, there's a whole story about lesbians winning the World Cup, because the three basically people that kicked ass and helped us win, Ashlyn Harris, Ali Krieger, and of course Megan Rapinoe, are all lesbians. And lesbians are in a positive light for doing something good.
Oh yeah.
I watched her interview with Anderson Cooper. It was really good.
But on the flip side of that, not trying to get political, but I'm going to do it, just dip my toe in the water. There's a lot of dickholes that are like, Megan Rapinoe talk shit about my president and fuck the U.S. women's team because they ain't got penises and she likes ladies. You know what? You can go fuck yourself, because nothing good has happened in American sports for our country. In the Olympics, we have the three things we're good at. That's it. We suck in soccer, and you can't say anything about football. And though I love baseball or basketball, because guess what? Toronto won the NBA championship. That's Canada, bitches. Baseball, minus like 3 teams, are all American. So who cares? Even though I love baseball, and football can suck a dick. So, gauntlet thrown. The U.S. actually is good at something and winning something. And,
all those Trumpsters love patriotic, love America, but
they fucking hated the women's soccer team because
they're women and lesbians.
Oh, fuck them. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about them. I'm not going to get mad anymore. Not going to do it,
And she said they weren't going to go to the White House. If you would even invite them.
He's not going to, but I did see that, what's her name? Cortez, Casey.
Alexandria.
Yeah.
Oh, AOC.
Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah, she said that she would be happy to give them a DC trip tour. And
so did Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
there's that. The next thing I'm going to talk about is some pop divas. First, I'm going to talk about my girl again. Surprise, Nicki Minaj. But it's not just because I love her. This week, she canceled a concert in Saudi Arabia in support of human rights. Saudi Arabia is known for having these really bougie, expensive music festivals. And she was one of the headliners, and she pulled out at the last minute. Hey-o.
It's my philosophy.
In support of LGBTQ and women's rights, and said that. And she was quoted as saying, "After careful reflection, I've decided to no longer move forward with my scheduled concert. I want nothing more than to bring my show. But after better educating myself on the issues, I believe it's important to make clear my support for the rights of women, the LGBTQ community, and the freedom of expression." And a lot of this is because they were doing gender segregation at the festival as well.
What?
You mean redheads?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, they should be separated.
Bitch. And
Are you naturally redhead?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Well, sorry. Everyone but you.
Anyway, women just got the right to drive in Saudi Arabia and attend public sporting events, but there's still segregated areas in that country. And she's like, I'm not going to do it. But apparently Liam Payne of One Direction has not pulled out of this festival. And so there's a lot of people that are like, dude, you should do it, because there have been people like Mariah Carey and J-Lo that are like, I just want to make that money and I'm going to go do this and be with these people, these like high ranking world officials. And Nicki Minaj was one of the few to be brave and turn down money for rights. And so go girl.
That's the key though. Money. Like it's good to protest. It's good to sign things. You hit them where it hurts. Money. That's the only, I mean, I know that's not the good reason to change, but that's what's going to take to make change happen.
In Liam's defense, he doesn't have that many gigs.
Also in Liam's offense, like who could in a lineup, who knows which one he is? He's not Harry Styles and he's not Zayn. So yeah, you have to really think about it.
I know the two that aren't Harry, Zayn, and Niall, because Niall's the only blonde one. And that's the only reason I know which one he is.
Yeah.
So then it's
roll the dice.
Liam and
Fuck stick.
Who's the fifth Spice Girl?
Ginger.
Oh gosh, Zayn was the Ginger Spice of One Direction.
So my next lady bit. I'm glad you're sitting down, Randy, because you may have a heart attack. Because I'm actually going to talk about and in favor of Ariana Grande.
Hey, my girl.
Okay. So
let's get into it.
I do want to say for the record, bitch needs to fix her hair. And that's
what you're not just going to skate up. What's wrong with her hair?
Oh God, if you want to look like a pedophile, do that little ponytail. Be like, hey, mister, I'm going to suck your lollipop.
Because she's like trying to look super young.
She looks like an undercover cop that's trying to catch pedophiles.
She's like on the
to catch a predator.
She is on to catch a predator.
I made some iced tea.
Yeah.
Yes. Oops, I dropped it.
She's the decoy. Yeah.
Yes.
My name is 13.
Yeah, right.
My name is 13.
Anyway, so she was recently interviewed for Vogue, and she talked a lot about her life. And this interview is getting a lot of praise because she actually talked candid and not that typical like bullshit. I'm a celebrity. Life is hard. Blah blah blah. Like she actually went deep. She talked about Mac Miller and his death, and that it is all consuming, and that she said that the reason they broke up was he had so many demons and pieces of his life, and she was the glue that was trying to stick them together. But she said she found herself becoming less and less sticky, which I think is like a really great comment. Then she also talked about, who was it? Everyone?
Pete Davidson.
Yeah. And she basically
Take
said,
a shot.
Hey, that she was admitted that he was a rebound and that he was a distraction and he was fun and frivolous, but she knew it was unrealistic to marry him. She said she loved him, but she didn't know him. He was just fun.
Oh. And we all know why.
Yeah, we all know why.
I wish I could know why a little bit better.
Oh, God.
She said she is still dealing with the Manchester bombing, which,
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
like, I think that's something she's going to deal with forever. You know, like, how can you not?
Man,
and she said
the boyfriend, Mac Miller, and the that's two traumatic things. Like, I don't know how you deal. I don't know.
And that all happened within a year.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah. And the thing is she has a really good quote. I'm proud we were able to raise a lot of money with the intention of giving people a feeling of love or unity. But at the end of the day, it didn't bring anybody back. That's so sad. She also, another thing I really enjoyed that she talked a little bit about the shitty album Thank You Next, and she said she doesn't remember a lot of that album because she was so drunk and so sad, which once again goes back to the fact that she had a really, really shitty year. Another thing, she said that there are a lot of parents that don't like her because her lyrics are sexual and blah, 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 and they are worried about her sexual lyrics. Well, first off, I remember Salt and Peppa Push It being on the radio and not really realizing, but being like a good 8 years old and being like, oh, baby, you know? And then even Let's Talk About Sex, I had to think about it. Like, even though they were talking about it, like, I didn't think it was like propositioning you. I thought it was like, because they even mentioned like, wear a condom and like safe sex. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, all right, we just want to be safe. And then like, but when you're a little kid, like, let's talk about sex. But once again, to catch a predator.
My song from my era, like that was sexual that I didn't realize. Also shows how game is. I'm a genie in a bottle.
Yeah.
Older because I'm old, but I be stroking. I didn't realize that was what that was about. That
you're stroking to the east.
Yeah,
you're stroking to the west.
I remember I was saying, my mom was like, "Please don't sing that song, please." And I'm like, "Whoa,
what? I'm stroking."
Yeah, right. It's a song, Mom.
Anyway, she said parents are going to have problems with her lyrics. And she said, your kids are ultimately going to have sex someday, and it's going to happen to everyone. So if your kid asks, what's the song about? Talk to them about it. And that just goes back to a whole nother series of, parents having problem teaching their kids things until they end up 14 and pregnant. But,
Also, she's just an artist, and like, she probably makes her stuff that makes her happy, regardless of who might be listening or consuming it. And if you're having an issue with what your children are listening to, then maybe watch what they're listening to. Exactly.
Yeah. She also said that her signature style has become a character, which, yes, like I said, is called To Catch a Predator. But she was quoted as saying, I like having my funny character that I play, and it makes me feel this exaggerated version of myself. It protects me. If drag queens can dress up as me, then I'm a character.
Yeah, Randy.
Go to your local drag bar and you'll see it. That's like the best thing that ever happened to me.
She loves Drag Race. She loves drag queens. She loves Drag Race. When she was a judge that one time, she's like, this is the best day of my entire life.
Well, she said her influences are 90s divas, gay men, and Judy Garland.
There you go.
Judy Garland's what would you call her? The queen? Not the queen.
She is probably the OG gay icon.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, the trailer for the new Judy Garland movie is
Renee
just...
Zellweger. Yeah.
It looks amazing. So kudos to her. But
they're making an Elton John biopic too.
Yeah, they already did.
It's already out?
Yeah,
shit.
It's probably almost not in theaters anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
If it's in theaters at all. That was like a couple of months ago now.
He was, teaching that teacher laugh.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't have a life then, so.
Yeah. Anyway, those are my lady bits.
All right.
Can I say one thing?
No.
I'm going to anyway. For your segment, because we're talking about Ariana Grande having a bad year, Kourtney Kardashian is very upset that she turned 40.
Oh,
she's very upset about that. So I want to.
Sorry, bitch.
I want to make sure that we can all be very sensitive towards her. They brought it up on They brought it up on The View. The reason it was interesting is because all four ladies on The View agreed that you need to get over it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Get over it.
So, and that's like the first time they've ever all been in agreement, even Meghan McCain. So. I just wanted to bring that. It kind of goes with your deal. So,
wait, is her father John McCain?
Is she the resident Republican?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Can I speak? Can I say something?
Can I just say something really quick?
Yeah.
Can I just say something?
They did that on John Oliver's show.
Shut up.
They did a mashup of every time. It was you ever watched?
Yes.
He's like, and now
I saw.
And now that can Meghan McCain just say one thing?
Can I just say one thing?
And it was her just over and over again. So, all right, here we go.
All that's left of me is my celebrity.
Oh, yes. I love that. Every single time. I'm going to be sad when it's the last time. But so, first off,
Yes.
Oh, suspense.
Mel sent me this today while I was driving. And
You're welcome.
And I was laughing so hard. So, do you remember a few months ago, however long ago, when they were talking about who they were campaigning to play the new Wolverine? Do you remember who he said?
Right. You want me to say it?
Well, they are also now jokingly, maybe not so jokingly, some people on Twitter are saying that this person also needs to now be in the new live action Little Mermaid as Prince Eric.
Oh, man.
This person we are talking about is, of course, the one and the only Mr. Danny DeVito.
If Pete Davidson's like the president of our show, then Danny DeVito's becoming the vice president.
Yes.
Now. Like, those are the two.
I support that ticket. Davidson DeVito 2020.
Get the alliteration in there, rolls off the tongue.
So good, y'all.
Well, who is slated to actually play Prince Eric?
I
They
don't
haven't,
know if
they
they've
haven't
decided yet.
cast yet. There's been so many people that are like, oh, Black Ariel. Oh, she ain't black.
Well, it better be a black Eric. I don't know. That would really throw him off. If it's a black Ariel and an interracial thing.
I would love it. I hope he is. If he's not white, I would love him to. No offense, I don't want him to be black. I would prefer him to be another race, just to once again piss people off and stir that pot. Yeah.
I think it would be great if they just went full like Brandy Cinderella and just cast everybody a different race and it not matter in the slightest how Whoopi Goldberg and that white man that's on Legends of Tomorrow made a Filipino son. How that happened, I don't know.
That would be just so you would piss everyone off equally if everyone was completely different or
Complete
please everyone.
colorblind casting. Okay, but I also was scanning the headlines and was not really inspired by anything. So we're going to do what we did last week, and I'm going to tell you some more celebrity fun facts, and I want you to think about who you think it might be. Okay, here we go. This celebrity brother and sister announced during an interview with New York Times, without even a trace of irony, that the sister can make time go slow or fast however I please. That's how I know it doesn't really exist, because I'm able to control time. And I will say this is a brother and sister duo that are kind of known for being really weird.
Well,
and they also have famous parents.
I'm like Angelina Jolie and her weird brother.
No.
Because they have a weird relationship.
They have two very famous parents. And the two of them are also famous in their own right.
Oh, like Jaden and
that's exactly
Willow
who it is.
Smith.
Nice.
He just turned 21. I just saw that, and this guy, let me tell you, breaking into your story, he opened a food truck for the homeless in LA to feed them, and he and his dad have opened a water company in Flint, Michigan to give water to the people there. Like, what? That's awesome.
It's amazing.
You go, Jaden.
Because they might be weird, but they are good people.
Well, no, in just today's world, that is so weird because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah,
You're like,
that's
whoa,
sad.
What? That is wild.
He usually gets money for good. What?
Yeah.
All right.
But they'll only focus on Willow wanting to be she said she wants to be she's non-binary.
Yeah.
But no, they'll just focus on that instead of
all the cool that
their
they
family, the good stuff their family did. So
Yeah.
Okay. This famous actress was asked, how did she know that her husband was the one? Well, obviously, they both had scars from when they were both abducted by aliens and implanted with electronic tracking chips. Quote unquote, I think that somehow we were programmed to meet, she claimed in an interview. Quote unquote, it's the exact same scar on the exact same spot.
I have no clue, except this person's weird.
This is not somebody that I would think would hold this.
Are they both famous? Is she and her?
She it's listed the name of her husband. I don't know this person, so maybe. But definitely less famous than she is, because she is a household name.
Oh,
very big TV star
Tina Fey.
from a singular role in the 90s.
Wait a minute. Now, Tina Fey told everyone where her scar came from. Singular role in the 90s
is what made her super famous and what she is always going to be known for.
I'm like Delta Burke.
No.
Oh,
man,
she has an annoying voice.
Fran Drescher.
Yes, Fran Drescher. And her husband is Peter Mark Jacobson.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's doing okay. She had breast cancer.
Well, it's her second husband because her first husband was gay.
There you go. All right. This famous singer, can you guess how much she spends every year making sure her hair is super pretty? If you guessed more than 4 years at Harvard, you'd be totally right. The exact annual price is $1,168,000.
Dolly Parton.
No.
She's famous for her hair.
I mean, she's famous for being a singer, but her hair is also kind of iconic.
Cher.
No. Black girl.
She's like a legend, or not yet.
Yeah.
I'm cheating here.
That's rude of me to say. She is an iconic person, an iconic singer. She's still pretty young.
Oh.
Not super older than me, but in early 30s, if that old.
I don't know, Beyonce. I don't.
Pay me what you owe me.
Oh, Rihanna.
Rihanna.
I can see that. Yeah.
I was gonna say Aretha Franklin, but she's dead.
Yeah.
This
okay.
Yeah.
You don't like Aretha Franklin?
No, I love her. But
no, just Randy.
I mean, she didn't have any like super like significance like in my life or in my family, but she's like an American icon. So like I admire her for that.
Enough to the gays. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think about her hair though when I think of Aretha. That's
I don't think about Rihanna's hair either. I mean, it's just hair. I mean, is it?
Right.
I mean, Dolly Parton makes sense because that's like
but I mean, all of her hair is fake.
Yeah, that's probably why it's
Dolly Parton is a drag queen.
Oh, okay.
All right, this actor. It's tough to be an actor with a rock star ambitions. This actor just wanted to be in a band without people criticizing him. All of his songs are Velvet Underground parodies about pizza for the band that he's in.
Jim Carrey.
No. I'll give you another hint in just a second if you don't guess it.
I mean, he's an actor. What did you say? What actor? Like
he's an actor.
It's an actor.
An actor with rock star ambitions. Also kind of a household name.
I don't know.
Was the penultimate child star.
I'm like Macaulay Culkin.
Yep, Macaulay Culkin. That's exactly who it is. Okay. This person, this famous actress, also from the 90s mostly, but still relevant today, but has slept with a ghost. Some sort of spirit came down from God knows where and made love to me, this person said in an Us Weekly interview from 1999. It was sheer bliss. I felt everything. And then he floated away.
I totally remember this story, but I don't remember who it was.
From the 90s, right?
From the 90s? She was a star in the 90s. She's still relevant. Maybe she doesn't get as much work because she's just a little bit older, I guess. I don't know. But she's still... Like, again, this is a name that everybody knows.
Right, from TV?
Mostly movies. She was part of a acting girl group. The movies that she was in was a very strong female-led girl group. And
like Cameron Diaz?
Close.
Drew Barrymore?
Not yet.
Lucy Liu.
Oh, wow.
Lucy
That's not who I
go.
was thinking it was.
You were
I
on the
love you, Philip J. Fry. That was for you, Matt.
Yeah. Because he downloads
right.
them into
Last.
a robot.
Yeah.
This person has met and was spared by Bigfoot. When this person was promoting his new show in which he and his son investigate unsolved mysteries, the star told of his incredible encounter with a huge, hairy cryptid, sometimes called Bigfoot. I was lying on the ground. This is a dramatic retelling. I was lying on the ground thinking I was going to be killed, he recalled. Why he wasn't actually smashed into a fine paste by a gigantic foot. While Leonard Nimoy narrates in the background, he'll never know. But he's at least aware that I sound like a crazy Hollywood kook right now. So this person has met and was almost killed by Bigfoot, allegedly.
Huh. I don't know, but I'm intrigued.
He is a star on a show that you and I both love that is no longer on the air. It's probably one of the go-to Netflix binging shows for a lot of people.
Mm.
The Office? Are they on The Office?
Close.
Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Rob Lowe.
Yeah, Rob Lowe. That's exactly who it is.
And what did he say? Rob Lowe did what he met Bigfoot?
He said that he was attacked and almost killed, but spared by Bigfoot.
That is literally the best Bigfoot story.
Literally. That's probably the cocaine aftershocks from the 80s.
There you go.
That's more. I would have guessed. I mean, we know, but like that sounds like a Robert Downey Jr. story more, just because of his.
That wouldn't make more sense if it was Robert Downey Jr. But no, Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe, you go get your Bigfoot. You know, I read this. I've had so many people send me. There's a story that says that Girl Scouts know that Bigfoot is real, but because of the promise in law, we are not allowed to say.
Protect his location at all times.
We must protect his location at all times, and that's why Girl Scouts are so secretive, because they're the only ones that have ever seen Bigfoot. I will not confirm nor deny that.
They
and anybody that might be saying that really needs to overthink the oath that they were told to take that one time.
That one time.
They released a couple of months ago somebody that had sent in hair or fibers from Bigfoot, and they showed that what the FBI wrote back, that they analyzed it and stuff, and they actually showed the FBI report saying it's not Bigfoot, but it was like an elk or something.
It was bingo.
But it was just cool because they actually
man bear pig.
Have you guys? Did you guys watch that? Just keeping things a secret. That Bob Lazar thing where he's talking about Area 51 and like he was a physicist, and it's pretty interesting. Like because he's told the same story. The one thing, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast and all this stuff. But it's a documentary on Netflix. But the thing, I mean, I don't know if you guys would consider this like proof, quote unquote proof, but he's told the same story for 30 years and he's never changed. Like it's never varied. They're like, oh, well, here he said this and here he said that. But about working on alien space, having to just do, like the alien spacecraft that he was talking about has like a no exhaust system, and he had to figure out how it worked and all this kind of stuff. So that's his. I don't know if you like to.
I think that was the same ship that Fran Drescher was on.
Probably.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. Is she? And she's from Arizona.
There you go.
No, she's from Brooklyn or something.
Yeah,
I think so.
With that accent, could you imagine? If
Clearly
she was
from Vegas. Maybe I'm going to go try to find Area 51 while I'm in Vegas.
Good.
And so I won't come back.
I was about to say.
See you guys. Goodbye forever. So
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm excited. I haven't gone on a vacation for the past couple of years, so Vegas will be fun. So
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Are you going to see any shows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've got a great tour guide because they don't live in Las Vegas, but they live outside of it. So I'll just, whatever they say is good.
Yeah.
Because they'll probably know some like non-tour, like good stuff that isn't like a touristy thing,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that other people may not know about. So anyway. Well, I guess you're not doing anything because you're about to leave, so
There
you
you go.
don't have anything to plug.
I am part of the murder mystery this Sunday at John Lilly's Steakhouse.
Yeah, Murder for Hire.
Is it with what's her face?
No.
Okay. Have y'all broken away from her?
No, it's a different,
it's
totally
just a different
group.
company.
Yeah, different.
So it's going to be
we
better?
can work with different
I'm a free
people.
agent.
Yeah.
All right. No, I was just, that makes it sound like it will be better. That's all I'm saying.
Anyways,
No comment. Okay.
I am directing a play, Ugly Lies the Bone. It's a fundraiser for Veterans One Stop. August 9th and 10th. Tickets on sale soon. Support this local organization and come see a good night of theater.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Me too.
All right. Me too.
No, not hashtag me too.
You know,
just me too.
Aziz Ansari did some stand-up. He's
He
kind of
did,
come back.
and he talked about it.
I know.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see what's going on. Are you
We'll
okay
see.
with him coming back? Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
I am.
Okay.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah. All right. Well, guess what, folks? That's the show, and we
are out of here.
The Weekly Yak
Closed captioning provided by
with Mac, Mel, and Randy.
Well, see you later.